Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nomad Travel Adventure Video Journal. My name is Simon and I will be taking you on your next adventure. I will be taking you through one of the most beloved cities in the world, Paris, also known as the City of Love. I've been here a couple of times already, but it always has something new and exciting to offer, so come and join me on my journey. Paris, France. What can I say? Every time I come here, I fall in love.
Je suis désolé, mais je ne veux pas être empereur. Ce n'est pas mon affaire. Je ne veux ni conquérir ni diriger personne. Je voudrais aider tout le monde dans la mesure du possible. Juifs, chrétiens, païens, blancs et noirs. Nous voudrions tous nous aider si nous pouvions. Les êtres humains sont ainsi faits. Nous voulons donner le bonheur à notre prochain, pas lui donner le malheur. Nous ne voulons pas haïr ni humilier personne.
Day 1. We arrived and headed directly to the hotel, then quickly headed out to explore the city. I was so glad to be back in Paris. First, we strolled around the Montmartre neighborhood where you can get your picture drawn by an artist. Right next to it was the Sacre Couer, which we checked out. It had incredible architecture and amazing panoramic views. We looked inside but left shortly to explore the rest of the city.
L'envie a empoisonné l'esprit des hommes. Nous avons développé la vitesse pour nous enfermer en nous-mêmes. Notre savoir nous a fait devenir cyniques. Nous sommes inhumains à force d'intelligence. Nous ne ressentons pas assez et nous pensons beaucoup trop. Nous sommes trop mécanisés et nous manquons de tendresse.
It was like a dream. I never wanted to wake up. But we only had 3 full days, so we had to cover some ground. We walked through the Louvre and headed to the gardens.
Je dis à tous ceux qui m'entendent, ne désespérez pas.
It was so cool. We followed the river down through a lot of the famous tourist sites. They were amazing, and we spotted everything from Alexandre Pont III to the iconic Eiffel Tower.
Ne vous donnez pas à ces brutes, à une minorité qui vous méprise et qui fait de vous des esclaves, en régiment toute votre vie, et qui vous dit ce qu'il faut faire et ce qu'il faut penser, qui vous dirige, vous manœuvre, se sert de vous comme chair à canon, et qui vous traite comme du bétail. Ne donnez pas votre vie à ces êtres inhumains, ces hommes machines, avec une machine à la place de la tête et une machine dans le cœur. Vous n'êtes pas des machines, vous n'êtes pas des esclaves, vous êtes des hommes. Des hommes avec tout l'amour du monde dans le cœur. Vous n'avez pas de haine, sinon pour ce qui est inhumain, ce qui n'est pas fait d'amour. Ne vous battez pas pour l'esclavage, mais pour la liberté.
We ended the night with a river cruise through the city, which finished off with an outstanding night view of a sparkling Eiffel Tower. The perfect ending to a great day. Hey guys, so yesterday was a bit of a rough day for me. I was really tired, that's why I didn't really talk a lot, but you got to see some of the must in Paris, and now today I think we're just gonna try to get a lot of it done and take you through some of the sites. We tried to go to the Louvre, but since it was Tuesday, it was closed. That was okay because we stopped at Carrousel Arc de Triomphe, which is right before you head into Jardin de Tuileries, or what I like to call the Giant Garden Park. It's a pretty chill place to just walk around and people gaze. There's also a ton of statues of important historical figures that you can pose with. Ooh la la, so pretty. So we should all just stab Caesar.
Il faut nous croire pour libérer le monde, pour renverser les frontières et les barrières raciales, pour en finir avec l'avidité, avec la haine et l'intolérance. Il faut nous battre pour faire un monde de raison, un monde où la science et le progrès mèneront tous les hommes vers le bonheur.
We have some sort of bad news. Actually, the Louvre is closed. So if you go on a Tuesday, it's closed for maintenance. I suggest don't go on a Tuesday. But no worries, because I think we're just going to switch it up with the d'Orsay Museum. Moving forward, we said goodbye to the gardens as we headed over towards Concorde Plaza. There are these amazing picturesque fountains, which definitely call for plenty of photo ops. And right in the middle of the plaza was an Egyptian obelisk, whose architecture was enough to capture my curiosity, and I stood marveling at all of its symbols and colors. It was so incredible. I couldn't believe I was surrounded by all of these amazing sights. Yet, our time was cut short because there was still a lot left to see and not a lot of time. So we pretty much just headed going down the river and finally arriving at our next destination, which was the Musée d'Orsay. The line was pretty long and I suggest you pre-book online, but it moved quickly and in no time we were inside. It was huge with so many statues and there was even this amazing giant clock. I felt like I had entered a different reality with all of these sophisticated sculptures, but it was really cool to see something so different and you could tell they put a lot of hard work into it. The paintings were really neat as well and included some Picasso, 3D art, and even my personal favorite, Van Gogh. We checked out some of the other exhibits, and if you're feeling fancy at the end of your visit, you can eat at their luxury restaurant. But we didn't really have a lot of time, so we basically had to go. So we just got done with the museum. It was pretty exciting. I would say that I definitely have to dedicate a lot of time to it. So go with at least a minimum of 3 hours to spare. But now I think we're gonna have to hustle and check out Notre Dame. It's this very famous church. It's really, really Gothic looking. It's really cool. So let's see if we can find Quasimodo. Notre Dame, aside from being the setting behind the Disney classic, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, is also a medieval Catholic cathedral. It's supposed to be the best example of French Gothic architecture. This was definitely one of the biggest churches I had ever seen, and I completely understood why it was so famous. There are a bunch of locals and tourists there, so we headed inside. Entrance was free and the inside was glorious. It was so big. To put it simply, it was outstanding and unlike any of the churches I had ever visited. Many people were lighting a prayer candle, and for the devout, they were even having service at that time. It was surprising that everyone, including the tourists, were so respectful of the service. When going, don't plan on staying too long, as we spent about 45 minutes tops. So, we just got done with Notre Dame. You can see that it's behind me. It was really just a giant church. I've never been to a church that big, so I would say it's definitely worth checking out. I know I'm not a big fan of churches, but this one is particularly neat in that it's super Gothic looking. We didn't find Quasimodo, but we did see some of the famous gargoyles that are on here. It is really great because I used to watch the cartoons when I was a little kid, and I don't know if you guys remember, but gargoyles, they would just come alive at night, so it kind of just sparked some magic for me. But now I think we're gonna head over to the Arc de Triomphe. Taking one last glance at Notre Dame, we headed directly to find the Arc de Triomphe. The day would be ending pretty soon, so we took the subway to get there. It was a really cool setup since it was in the middle of busy traffic and near Paris's most high-end shopping street, Champs-Élysées. To get to the Arc was a bit confusing since it was surrounded with streets and not a crosswalk that led directly there, so we figured you had to get to it from under a subway tunnel. Once there, it was pretty epic. This monument is used to honor those who died in the French Revolutionary, and beneath it is the tomb of the unknown soldiers from World War I. Overall, this was a pretty neat experience. So, as you can see, I have the Arc right behind me. It's really giant. Right now, there's a lot of people taking pictures, and it seems like it's really just one of those places where it's super busy, crowded. There's lots of cars all around me, so I think we're gonna head out for today, but I will keep you posted on more for tomorrow. There's definitely more on the list to come, so stay tuned. We headed off to the hotel, but not before stopping for a treat at a nearby crepe stand. You can get a wide selection of sweet and salty crepes, but I got my favorite, Nutella. Now we just had one of the best crepes, Nutella crepes. I highly recommend that you get crepes while you're here. They're so good. They're made fresh right in front of you, so if you can, do check that out. We are headed down the street where the Moulin Rouge is. Now this street is notorious for being part of the nightlife here in Paris, and you can see all kind of crazy places that you can go to. We're just gonna walk down the street. We're not gonna go in anywhere, but if you get the chance to do it, yeah, let me know what you guys think. We finished the night by stopping down the street where the Moulin Rouge is. This is supposed to be one of the highest tourist attractions in Paris and is perfect for the nightlife. Like my videos? Subscribe for more.